Hey guys, it is May the 24th, 2024. It is early in the morning. I think it's about 8:30 a.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm trying to get today's video done early. I've got to, my oldest son has awards day today. We had a really late night last night. I don't think we got home until almost 10 o'clock from my oldest son's game last night. I'm tired. But anyway, I wanted to get today's video done early and uploaded because like I said, we have to go to the awards and then pick my other kid up from school, and we got a pretty full afternoon. So I had also in the comments, when I was replying to the comments yesterday, one of the subscribers was saying that they were struggling and really needed some motivation right now. And I promised that I would do a video today talking about this subject, about why to stop drinking, just a little bit of a motivational video today to help this certain individual out. And I hope that this video helps anybody else out there, especially with us coming into the Memorial Day weekend. This is, one of those times, a lot of people are going to be out drinking this weekend. A lot of people are going to be out partying, going on trips to the beach, to the lake, whatever it may be, camping trips, just a lot of stuff like that. And, this is one of those times when it can get kind of tough, especially when, you go to any sort of event and there's just people drinking all over the place, and, trying to refrain from drinking can be kind of tough. So that's why I want to make this video today. And like I said, this is for that certain individual that's out there. I promised I would do this for them today. But let's just go ahead and hop right into it. And also, I want to thank everybody for all the replies in yesterday's video when I was talking about is AUD a disease or not. Got a lot of really good feedback. And I'm not, set in stone on how I feel about certain things. That's why I want to hear other people's opinions, because I change my mind all the time about how I feel about stuff. And, hearing other people's opinions and, where they stand and all that kind of stuff, it helps me in my development and understanding of all of this. And I really appreciate everybody else's opinions and their thoughts and insight into what they thought about if AUD is a disease or not. But like I said, let's go ahead and hop into today's video on why stopping drinking is so important, and what can we do in order to help to do that. I just want to start off today by talking about, why is quitting drinking, such a big deal? Well, think about all the things that have come along with drinking and all the negative impact that it's caused on your life. All the mornings waking up hungover, just feeling horrible. At the end of the day, when we remove alcohol from our life, our productivity level just goes up so much more. And really, what do you have to lose when you remove alcohol? We get a little bit of, anxiety relief from alcohol, but at the same time, there's that, the anxiety that we get the next day. So, yeah, we might get a little bit of anxiety relief in that moment, but it's going to rebound the next day. And the next morning, you're going to feel horrible. And your anxiety levels are going to be up. Your blood pressure is going to be up. You're probably not going to feel good. You're probably going to be nauseous, no appetite, headache, dehydrated. Your stomach's probably going to be messed up. Probably going to have diarrhea. You're going to spend your morning sitting on the toilet, regretting what happened the night before. And just that in itself, the fact of, waking up the next day and not having that, that guilt from how much you drank the night before, that feeling of, I can't believe that I did that last night. I can't believe I drank that much, or I did X, Y, Z. Because I mean, I can think back to so many times that I got intoxicated and just did ridiculous things. Acted the fool, showed my what. Especially after I black out and couldn't remember what had happened the night before. I mean, if that's not a reason in itself, not blacking out any longer and remembering exactly what we did the night before. I know that used to cause me all kinds of anxiety. I'd wake up the next morning, couldn't remember what had happened. I would have a whole bunch of text messages on my phone the next day. I can't believe you did that last night. You need to call me when you wake up, things like that. And my heart would just hit the floor when I would get those types of messages, because I had no recollection of what had happened the night before, and it just scared me. I mean, that in itself is a good enough reason not to drink alone. But once again, I mean, yeah, we use alcohol as a way to numb ourselves, to get rid of our anxiety, just to feel a little bit more relaxed. But the next day it does come back to bite you. And at the same time as well, let's say that today's the day that you're thinking that I'm going to try to stop drinking today. Don't think of it as I'm going to stop drinking forever. That's just too far in the future to think, and it's going to give you anxiety if you start thinking in that manner. We live day by day. We might, set plans for the future, and as a lot of you guys know, a lot of times when we try to make plans for ourselves, a lot of times they fall through. Things just don't always work out the way we want them to. One of the things I've learned about life is that when you try to plan or control your life, that's when life will show you really quick. You're not the one that's in control. Now, you can do the best that you can, try to set yourself up in ways to improve your life, or set yourself up to, do better at your job, or, spend more time with your family, or try to save money for a rainy day and things like that. But, life happens, and all kinds of bad things happen all the time. And, just because we necessarily try to set ourselves up doesn't mean that those plans are always going to work out. But the one thing that we can do is remove whatever that substance is from our life. And I promise you that will improve your life by leaps and bounds. Because alcohol, or whatever the substance is, it holds us back. It really does. I've noticed, even though I'm sick, my productivity level versus when I drank is tenfold the way it used to be. Now, I do stay busy all the time, but it's just little things, stuff that I would just let pile up back in the day. I just don't do that anymore. It's something as simple as taking out the trash or doing the dishes. Back when I used to be a drinker, I'd wake up the next morning, trash would be full, stuff, it's about to fall out onto the floor, dishes piled up in the sink. And I would lay in the bed just nursing my hangover until, whatever time, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I would finally get up and start feeling halfway decent after I had a couple drinks. And then would get up and get some of that stuff done, and, would have to push myself through it. I felt horrible. And now it's just, I see that stuff, I just go ahead and get it done. There's nothing holding me back. Yeah, I might be a little bit tired or something from the day before, like this morning. I'm tired. From last night, we had a really late night, long day, but I've already gotten up. I was up at 5:30 this morning, already doing stuff around the house. And I didn't go to bed last night until pretty late, but I got up this morning, had some coffee, started moving around, already did the dishes from last night, took out the trash. I mean, just stuff like that, just the little things that we can get knocked out during the day when we're not drinking. Man, it just makes our life so much easier. But back to what I was saying, we live our life day by day. So why wouldn't we use the same concept when we're trying to remove alcohol from our life? Don't look at the big picture. If you try to look at the huge picture, like I said, it's going to give you anxiety. You're going to get this idea like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to drink again, all this kind of stuff. Just think about it day by day. I'm just not going to drink today. Tomorrow's another day. I don't even know if I'll even be here tomorrow. Don't think about tomorrow. Just think about right now in the moment. Living in the moment, living in the present is so important. When we're trying to stop drinking or stop whatever substance that we're using. Because just living in the now and being present in this moment, you're not looking way too far ahead, and you're not going to get so much anxiety. Yeah, there might be a little bit of anxiety attached to it, like, I really could use a drink right now, it sure would make me feel better. But at the end of the day, all you have to do is just make it through the day. And what was it, 24 hours in a day? We sleep 8. So what do you have, 16 hours that you don't have to drink? That's really not that much time if you think about it. And if you break that down to each hour, okay, well, I'm not going to drink. You wake up in the morning, let's say you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, well, I'm not going to drink until 9. And then 9 gets here, oh, I'm not going to drink until 10. Or I'm not going to drink until 1. And then when 1 o'clock gets here, say, I'm just not going to drink until this afternoon. And then when this afternoon gets here, say, well, I'm not going to drink until tonight. And then when the evening comes and you start going to night, well, you go, I'm just not going to drink today, and maybe I'll drink tomorrow. And think of it in that manner. Small increments, not these big pictures. That's what I used to always do. And I would pace around the house thinking to myself, I can never drink again. I'm never going to have another drink again. And it wasn't until I started thinking about it as just today. It helped me out tremendously. Not trying to think of the big picture. And also, like I was talking about just a minute ago, I'm sorry. But like I was saying, what do you have to lose? What if you decide I'm not going to drink today? You're just going to give it a shot. I'm going to try it out. What do you have to lose? Better health? You're going to feel better? Better relationships with your family? Better production at work? Better relationships with your coworkers? Your life in general is going to improve. What do you have to lose? When we remove the alcohol or the substance from our life, everything just starts to get better. Yeah, in the beginning, it is uncomfortable, and I completely understand that. I know. I've been through it a bunch of times. It is not a comfortable feeling that you have to go through. There's a lot of pacing around, a lot of thinking, just that feel of just, I don't feel good. You're tired. You don't have a lot of motivation. But as time goes on, that eventually starts to dissipate. And it gets easier and easier each day. Day 1, yeah, it's very difficult. Day 2 is a little bit easier. Day 3 gets a little bit easier. Before you know it, you're a week in. And things just get a heck of a lot easier from there. I know it's not easy. I know it. But like I said, what do you have to lose? All you have to do is to gain by removing that substance from your life. There's nothing but positivity and improvement that's going to come from that. So why not give it a shot? Why not try? Today could be the first day of the rest of your life. It really could be. So why not give it a shot? Go for it. With that said, though, make sure you check with the doctor. You never know. And stopping alcohol abruptly can cause serious problems. And it all depends on the frequency of your drinking, the amount of alcohol that you've been drinking. There's a lot of factors that play into that. And you need to speak with a doctor and let them make that decision if maybe you need to go through a medical detox, or if you can do it on your own. And if the doctor thinks you can do it on your own, great. Go for it. If they think that you might need to do a medical detox, then that might be the case as well. So go for that as well. But sorry about that, guys. But anyway, like I said, what do you have to lose by trying to stop? There's nothing that you're going to lose from this. And if you don't like it, well, you can go right back to it. There's nothing stopping you from going back. It's not like if you make this decision that it's got to happen for the rest of your life. You could try it today, and if you decide that you don't want to do this, then you can go right back to it. The choice is yours. Your destiny is in your hands. and it's your life. You get to make whatever decisions that you want to make in your life, but also think about how your usage is affecting all the people around you, because it doesn't just affect us. It affects everyone around us. It affects our friends. It affects our family. It really affects our families. It affects our coworkers. It affects our whole community at large. Our consumption is not just something that directly affects us. There's people that care about you, and they want to see what's best for you as well. Why not try your best, for those people as well? Do you have a wife or a husband or children, a mom, dad, any family, friends? How many times have they said, please slow down, please stop? They just want what's best for you. And, think about how proud those people would be of you if you remove it from your life. How many times have you thought to yourself, I'm a failure, I can't do this? Think about how proud you're going to be of yourself. Because it's not going to be just other people that are going to be proud of you. You're going to be proud of you, that you were able to achieve something so hard. Because stopping drinking isn't easy. I'm not going to sit here and say that it is, because it's not. It's a daily struggle. But with that said, your life will improve dramatically. And that is one thing that I can promise. Your life will get better if you remove that substance from your life. It will not get worse. Yeah, in the beginning, you might not feel great. And it might seem like everything's just, caving in on you, and your anxiety levels through the roof, and you feel horrible. That one drink will make you feel better. Yeah, it'll make you feel better for the time being. But that eventually will go away, and you're going to have to continue to drink. Think about how much money you're going to save by removing the alcohol from your life. Are you trying to quit smoking cigarettes? Well, if you keep drinking, drinking and smoking go hand in hand with each other. I mean, I smoked for many, many years and drank. And it wasn't until I removed the alcohol that I finally was like, well, I don't need to smoke anymore. I mean, what's the point? Now, I had a lot of health problems and stuff like that, and I knew I had to quit, but it sure was a heck of a lot easier when I wasn't drinking. Because if I had that drink in my hand, I had to have a cigarette in the other one. But like I said, how much money are you going to save? You're going to save yourself thousands of dollars, not including the amount of money that you're just directly going to save just by not buying alcohol every single day or every weekend or whatever your frequency of drinking is. Think about the risk factor that's going to go away of, getting a DUI or a DWI. You're not going to have to worry about that anymore. You can hop in your car and go anywhere. Have you ever had an instance where someone called and had an emergency, or your work called you and needed you to come in, and you couldn't go because you were too intoxicated, you had too much to drink? That happened to me a bunch of times. And there were a lot of times I should have been able to go somewhere, but I couldn't. Somebody called and needed help. They were on the side of the road with a flat tire or something like that, and I couldn't go because I had been drinking too much. I have to say I'm sorry, but I've had too much to drink to drive. How did that person feel? How let down did they feel by me that I couldn't jump up and help them in that moment? I was lucky that that I didn't ever get one of those phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning where somebody had an emergency, because if they did, I wouldn't have answered the phone. I would have been knocked out. I would have been too asleep from drinking in excess the night before. And even if I did get that phone call in the middle of the night, I still would have been intoxicated. I would have blew a 2 or something if I had tried to drive. And I would have been too intoxicated still at that point in the middle of the night. I could not have gone and helped anybody. Luckily, I never got a phone call like that while I was still drinking. Since I've stopped, I've had a couple of those calls. It was like, excuse me again. It was like that night when my daughter hit that deer. I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 in the morning or something. She had to go to work. She works at a grocery store and stock shelves. She goes in really early. She left here, I think it was 3 a.m. when she left the house. And now Next thing you know, we got a phone call. She had hit a deer. I hopped in my car and drove to where she was at and, inspected her truck. I let her drive my van back. I drove her truck back to the house because I didn't want her driving it. The airbags were deployed and it wasn't driving right. The radiator was leaking, so I drove for my daughter, but I could do that because I wasn't intoxicated. I woke right up and just went and helped her. There's no way I could have done that in the past. A month ago, my wife called me at like 7 o'clock. She was at work. She had to take my son. She hung out a little bit later that afternoon at work because my son was going to youth group that night. And when she went to leave her job to take him to the church, the battery in her truck was dead. She called me and said, "Can you come help me?" And it was like 7 o'clock. I drove right up there, pulled the battery out of her truck, went to Advanced Auto Parts, got another one, went back up there, put that one in. In the meantime, I took my son to the church really quick, dropped him off, went back, put the new battery in, and got her back home. If I was still a drinker, there's no way I could have ever have done that. I would have been 3 sheets to the wind at 7 o'clock, if not passed out already. There are just so many positive benefits that come along with removing alcohol from my life. Not just the money, the risk of getting arrested for driving while intoxicated or, losing our inhibitions and getting into a fight with somebody or doing something ridiculous. But not just that, but our health. You don't want to end up like me. I drank in excess for so many years. I knew that I was having problems. I was afraid to go to the doctor. I didn't want them to tell me that I had to stop drinking. I knew that's what they were going to say. So I just didn't go. I thought, out of sight, out of mind. If I just cover up my eyes like this, well, it's just going to go away. And that's not the case. What ended up happening is, as I kept drinking, the warning signs were coming up. I was having pain in my liver. I was getting pancreatitis every couple months, massive pain in my back, throwing up, pain in my pancreas area, stabbing pains in my stomach. I just felt horrible. When you wake up every single morning and the first thing you do is do like this and check the whites of your eyes to see if you have jaundice, that's a scary thing every single day when you wake up and do that. And I did that every day. And you know what I would tell myself? I would look at myself in the mirror and go like this, and I go, well, I know yellowing in my eyes today, so I'm good to go. I can drink today. That's not a good way to go about life. That is not a good way to detect if you have liver disease. If it gets to the point where you do have jaundice, it's already too late at that point. Why risk that? It's just not worth it. You could save your health, your money, save yourself from going to jail. You could potentially, save your relationships with your family, your children, your husband or wife, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. Just so many things improve when we remove alcohol from our lives. Your productivity level goes up. If you get yourself, and I've talked about this over and over again, but, getting a hobby, something to occupy your time is very important. And when you find something that you really enjoy to do and pour yourself into that, it's such a good feeling every day, to see your production of what you've done. Let's say, for instance, it's writing a book. Let's say you've had this life goal of writing a book. You remove alcohol and you start doing that every day as you write that book, and you look and you flip the pages and you see, okay, well, I got 10 more pages written today, and that book will slowly start to develop. I used to think to myself, like, how are these people so successful in life and how do they get so much done? I would, see people out there in the world doing all this stuff, people with multiple businesses, very successful in life. Not only would they have successful businesses, but they're out helping in the community, doing charity work. And then on the weekends, they're out doing a 5K run. And it would just blow my mind. I'm like, how do they get all this stuff done? You know what they're doing? They weren't getting intoxicated every single day. They didn't occupy all their time, fooling around with a bottle. They weren't chasing that bottle around every single day. They occupy their time with productive things, positive things. And it's amazing how much better our life improves when we remove alcohol from it. So anyway, I hope this video helped for today. And for that special person out there, I hope this video helped you. Like I said, there are so many positive things that can happen in our life. And like I said, I can promise that there's nothing but improvement, and your life will do nothing but get better when you remove whatever that substance is from your life. Yeah, it might be a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but what in this world that doesn't take hard work to get to isn't worth it? Anything in this world that's worth anything takes hard work to get to. You know, if you want to have money in the bank, if you want to have a nice house, you know, if there's a car that you've been wanting to get, you know, if you're just looking to improve your mental health, you know, your relationships with people around you, all those things take work, and it takes hard work, but the rewards from that hard work are worth it in the end. And like I said, anything that's worth it in this world takes work to get to, and the work that you have to put in to remove the alcohol from your life is definitely worth the payoff in the end. And like I said, I can promise you that the rewards you get are worth it, and it's worth it tenfold. So anyway, guys, like I said, I hope this video helped. You know, like I said, we're going into Memorial Day weekend, and you know, if there's a situation, you know, that it's going to be temptation for you, you know, if you know, at Joe's house, you've got an invite to Joe's house for a pool party this weekend, and you're 2 weeks sober right now, and you know that there's going to be a lot of people over there drinking at Joe's house. Don't put yourself in that temptation. Not right now. You know, that's something that takes time to get to. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. If that's what you want to do, you know, go for it. I'm just saying I would not suggest doing that. You know, I would stay away from the temptation for a while. You know, it's like jumping into shark-infested waters with a bunch of meat strapped onto your body. You're probably going to end up getting bit. You know, it's just not worth it in the end to put yourself out there like that. Give it some time. I'm not saying that you'll never be able to go do that again, but give yourself some time to get comfortable with your sobriety, and you know, that temptation is not going to be you know, so tempting to you. You know, just give it some time. You know, and find something that doesn't include alcohol in it this weekend. You know, go out and, you know, go for a nice walk with your family. Maybe go to the park and have a picnic. You know, that's definitely something that, you know, you take your family out, you know, and if you don't have a family, I understand, but, you know, if you do, you know, or you don't, take a friend out for a picnic. That's a memory that you'll always have. You know, and that's another thing, too, that I've noticed since I removed drinking, is all the memories I've been able to develop. And those, nobody can ever take those away from me. I will have those memories forever. And I have made so many fond memories since I've removed alcohol. Because when I drank, I couldn't remember much. Especially if we went to go do something as a family, I was always drinking. And I wouldn't remember the whole experience. There were times that I went to like Disney World and stuff like that back in the day, or we went to the mountains for a week. I don't remember a whole lot from those periods of time because I drank so much during it. But when you're sober and you're not drinking or using anymore, those memories stay, and you get to keep them forever. No matter where you're at in life later on down the road, you will always have those memories to reflect on. And, you know, your children or your family members, your friends, they're going to remember it too. And developing those memories, there's just nothing like it. And like I said, you get to keep them forever. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about this today. Like I said, there was somebody out there that was struggling, and I said I was going to make this video today. You have nothing to gain when you remove alcohol from your life, and nothing to lose. The only thing that you're going to lose is the bottle. And I know it's uncomfortable in the beginning, but man, does it get better over time. Guys, I think tomorrow I'm going to do a live video, probably about 11 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, if anybody wants to jump in there and join. I haven't done the live video in a few weeks. We're finally done with my kids' sports, so I'll have some time tomorrow, but I'd like to try to get it done a little bit early. I want to try to do something with my kids in the afternoon tomorrow. Probably going to do a live for like 1 hour from 11 to 12. So if you do come in, I'm going to hop off around 12 o'clock because I do want to go out and do some stuff with my children tomorrow. But I'll do a live for 1 hour. I'd love to see you guys there. I think I'm going to try to have some kind of subject matter. If anybody's got anything they'd like to for me to talk about tomorrow in the live, I would like to kind of go into the live video tomorrow with some kind of subject matter, some kind of an idea to kind of step into it, some kind of a discussion. I just don't want to just hop in. I mean, I'm fine with, you know, just chatting back and forth in there, but I really would like to have some kind of guideline, you know, something to kind of lead into a conversation, something to talk about tomorrow. You know, something that we can all discuss and try to work towards in the live tomorrow. And I'd love for you guys to give me some ideas in the comments for today's video. And like I said, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow is going to be the live. I'd love to see you guys there. I know everybody can't make it. You know, it's Memorial Day weekend. People are going to be out of town. People are going to have stuff going on. And it's a Saturday. I get it. People have stuff to do. But for any of you guys who can join in, I'd love to see you there. And give me some ideas for some subject matter that we can discuss in tomorrow's live. I'd love to have a live conversation with you guys and talk about something and try to work towards a goal. But anyway, with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here today. If I seem like, you know, I'm down or something today, I'm not. I'm just really tired right now. It's early in the morning. I only slept a few hours last night. I'm just tired. It's been a really long week. But that's it. Like I said, I'm just tired. Nothing else going on with me other than that. But guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much. And until tomorrow's live video, I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.